shit when he said that shit.
Yeah, but it was too good. It was too good. He had us hooked by the beat. The beat had us hooked in. That's why. It's okay. I'll never fall for that shit again.
I stopped after Yeezus.
Nah, Jesus was. Once I heard that football music.
He made a
Nom, nom,
it,
nom, nom, nom,
he
nom,
made a
nom.
song. He made a tailgating song and called it Black Skinhead. I'm
Yep.
done.
Ah.
He's a fucking black skinhead.
I put my jeans on.
I ain't gonna lie, he do dress like a black skinhead. Like if black skinheads
at,
existed,
at that time, he was dressing like that. Remember, he had the fucking Confederate flag jacket, John. Yeah, niggas forgot about that, didn't
Yeah,
they?
he did. He
no,
did.
I ain't forget.
No, 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 no.
All right, what's the worst offense that Kanye West has done? What's the worst offense?
Him putting that dumbass Trump hat on.
Trump
That's
hat.
literally it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
listen, like, I don't
But
care if you,
he had everybody like fuck you. Like he
like,
had.
For me, is marrying starting a life with Kim Kardashian.
I don't really
He
give a fuck about
became
that.
his bar.
Yeah,
And
that's
when
He
you
true.
get
really
on,
did.
He
He
did.
really
and
did.
when he got on, he left his fucking girl for a white girl. He did what he said. Ain't go
Real
Left
shit.
Amber
limits.
Rose. He left Amber
What
Rose.
about
And I Amber Rose, he been left. I forgot he been left the other John by then. I guess.
what about the ass? What about all this? I said your name. I know who you is.
All right.
Leave alone. Leave alone.
Okay, this is episode 6 of the Just Friends podcast.
Yes.
We here. You already know. I go by Palm, aka Palm 215, aka Mister Get the Water.
And that's me as I sip on my beverage. REDX 2213 in the motherfucking building. We live from the 215. You already know. My ninjas, the X-Men as well. We here. And
Mm-hmm.
about to get this shit started. So today's topic is about pretty much bullshit. I know it's about uplifting the community today. And I want Juice to really start it off with that. I feel like Juice has a lot of knowledge in that and giving out his intro as well. That leads into the community.
All right, I was
Yes.
gonna make it short and brief. I ain't gonna lie. Wait, all right, Woot. Now, is this pertaining to like the FGC, or are we going all the way with it today?
Honestly, I feel like both. We can do both.
All
I'm with
right,
both. If you're in the mood for talk about actual community, I'm with it. You
all
also
right,
want to talk about FGC community, I'm with it. But we're gonna do the FGC first, get that out the way.
all right. Bet,
Then we can
bet,
talk about the actual
bet.
community.
I'm about to say it because we could be. I was literally about to say the same thing. All right, so um, all right. I'm sorry. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so
He woke
I'm
up on nigga time.
yeah, I did.
Mm. Not CPT, not CPT, nigga time.
You know what I'm saying? MPT, you know what I'm saying? So no, I don't know. I don't know what the P stand for. But
Nigga people time?
Nigga
What?
people.
No.
a nigga
No.
a nigga's personal time. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's different. That's some good shit.
But all right, but I feel like for the FGC, all right, talk about some community stuff. I'm gonna be real, Joe. I'm gonna be real. I feel like we need to like all right, well, like I don't know. This is kind of like a kind of a tough thing to like really, cause it's like what do well I know what we really need. What we really need is uh, um like we have those, but we don't have those. No, I want to say like a center, like like a place where we can congregate. That was our venues, but COVID. But even before COVID, certain places, because certain cities don't have scenes and stuff like that. But we have the internet now, so I feel like a lot of things are in place for the FGC to thrive and become a better community. But I feel like it's us as individuals, we have to be better. You feel what I'm saying? Like just like we have to be more welcoming. Like, but I understand like you safeguard your shit because you don't want a nigga like Leffen to go play Tekken and get his ass busted and say the game is some bullshit. when you don't really understand the game yet. So I understand that, but at the same time, I feel like we need to be a little bit more welcoming, a little bit more understanding of being indifferent from things. Like I don't like Street Fighter Five because personally I feel like it's a baby game and it should have came out in the 90s. Like Street Fighter Five is another version of Street Fighter Two. That's Street Fighter Five is Street Fighter Two the complete edition. Like that's how it shit is. It's like they finally mastered Street Fighter Two, and that's what Five is. It's good now. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't fuck with that shit. Do I judge? No. You feel what I'm saying? Because just because I don't like it don't mean something wrong with you because you like it. But I don't fuck with it. You feel what I'm saying? We have to we have to learn to be able to have that type of comfortability with each other and within ourselves to be able to accept when somebody don't like something that you may like. You feel what I'm saying? Without shitting on it. But if a shit is shit, you feel what I'm saying? I'm not shoveling shit. Street Fighter Five was trash for 4 years. You feel what I'm saying? It's amazing now, but it's only because different people working on it. You know what I'm saying? That matters, but right now in the grand scheme of the conversation, it's good now. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm happy that the game is good now because what I'm saying now more people can get into it. But for me personally, for what the game is, I don't fuck with it. You feel what I'm saying? Because they didn't have to do what they did, but they did. So you feel what I'm saying? I'll go somewhere else. I'll just play everything else. You feel what I'm saying? We gotta. But if one of them is willing to decided to step into my arena, you feel what I'm saying, sure, I want to learn one of the games I play, I'm going to teach them, you feel what I'm saying, because I'm not going to gatekeep them because they play a game that I don't like. But at the same time, we need to stop shitting on each other for not like liking games or for liking it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, cause don't get me wrong, it's funny and we do like we can share each other for jokes and shits and giggles. But when you really go at another community, like how the Smash community get shit because how people feel about Smash, shit like that shit's corny. Because if we gonna be real here, Smash has done more for the FGC than most other fighting game communities. Like the fucking Hitbox, thank the Smash community. The Hitbox fucking made for Smash. That was the reason why Hitbox was made to begin with. Yeah, it became something else, but it started there. You feel what I'm saying? So contribution, like we gotta start like really looking at the contributions that a lot of these other like a lot of other games bring and just like respect, give them their just due for that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and we just gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, people gonna be toxic, shit like that. You going that's some shit that I feel like is you just gonna come across, but I feel like overall we need to be a little more honest with, well, not us, but just be a little more, be more honest about how you feel about shit, but more upfront about it. You feel what I'm saying? And stop fucking bandwagoning these games. Like, stop playing the new games. Like, don't get me wrong, I'ma try every new fighting game that come out that pegs my interest, but that's where my dissection comes in when once I play it, and then I decide if this is really for me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we gotta stop bandwagoning the games and assuming that they gonna do this or that because of. And I hate to say this because I feel like sometimes that does matter. Like sometimes the persons behind the game could really make or break the game in a good or bad way, depending on whatever the situation is. Like like with Marvel Infinite, I feel like the only reason fighters took Marvel Infinite's space is because of how they chose to handle the people. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, all right, you took the shit out, but you ain't have to try to tell me that the character's a function and I'm just mad because I don't got a character with an 8-way dash because not no, we're mad because of the character. You feel what I'm saying? Like that nigga, you could have made him trash and then put him in the game. Niggas probably still would have tried him out first, or they still would have been happy that at least the fucking X-Men characters in the game because that's something that people want. But you tried to, do the whole sheeple thing and tell me what I like and what I want and what it really is when you don't know shit. Well, you do know shit, and you think I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like ultimately that's why people didn't support the game because they knew it was on some bullshit. You feel what I'm saying?
I have
But
another take on that. I'll get into that later, though.
oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that's like you feel what I'm saying. So it's like I just feel like how a game is handled. You feel what I'm saying? Like take Strive for example, they let it be. You know what I'm saying? They said it from the rip. We doing something different. They even went as far as to put rollback netcode and fucking and the best fucking Guilty Gear game pretty much. So it was like they put rollback in the best Guilty Gear game. They even supported it with more content, gave replay mode, all this other extra stuff. You feel what I'm saying? But then they made straight up Strive for new people. So it's like I can respect that because all right, you made this new game. It's not for us, but at least you're supporting the legacy players in some type of way. Like they didn't just get left out to dry. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't like, and you know what? Nah, I'm gonna get into that. It wasn't like it wasn't like they was left out to dry. You feel what I'm saying? Like take Capcom for example. Like I could have said you could say they gave us 30th anniversary, but they did. But it's like the fucking I am super thankful that I'm able to play all the classic Street Fighter games by just click on them because I always wanted to like the one that was one of my like video game like goal post joints was to collect all the Street Fighter games, but I ain't gotta do that shit now because all the collection games. I'm really thankful for that. Certain shit I ain't gotta collect, so I can just play when I want. But
Mm.
the port, I mean the game, like the game itself is trash. You feel what I'm saying? Like if I go to the home screen, I'm fucking taken out the menu. Like you feel what I'm saying? It's like shit like that. Like it's a poorly made port. And then you fucking gave the Switch version fucking tournament mode, which was amazing. Well, I didn't put it on other modes, but I get it. I know Nintendo they be wanting the extra shit to be different, so it's probably something like that probably happened or some shit. But it's like you know what I'm saying? It's like that joint is sloppily made. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like you know play pretty much play Street Fighter 5. Like here, if you want to play it, it's here. But you know this is what you can see was what they decide what they really was optimizing on. Whereas Arc System they gave the they gave the game with something the fans wanted. They was honest and said, look, we might not be able to put it in this, but you know what? We'll put it in this. You feel what I'm saying? We'll give them more. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's how you support your fan base. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you gonna do something different, you do something for the legacy players too. So that way, it's not like just fuck y'all or y'all gotta get with the times. Like, cause just because times change don't mean it's a good change. All change ain't good change.
Yeah.
So it's like change is not always change is needed when it's time. Cause I feel like based on like how we live in society, we had this conceptual idea that times have changed, so you always things is always going to change. It's always going to be for the better. It's not, but for me. I feel like times always change, but some for some things they change when it's truly time, and that's going to depend on certain things. You from saying certain requirements more or not that playing and stuff like that. But I just feel like, and I feel like we need to be more vocal. You feel what I'm saying about how we feel, and then respect people's opinions a little bit more, cause
I feel you.
like the whole like you gotta stop with the now somebody I don't know what the fuck you're talking about and you trying to explain and trying to get them game that's different, but the whole you talking to somebody trying to give them advice and then the first thing is who rank is you or where you place or how many top save nigga, listen, is what I'm saying valid? That's what's important. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just gotta
Mm.
stop and stop with the Hollywood stuff. Like this whole like gotta be more real. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I'm
this
gonna
Hollywood
speak
shit
more on that.
is for the birds. It's
Yeah.
for the birds. Like
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
I don't and it's like I don't like how some people. Well, I don't gonna say some people because I don't know nobody personally like that, but I don't like this leopardized. I don't know if this is a real word, but the celebritization that is taking place in FGC, where it's like some people are getting viewed as celebrities and stuff like that, and it's like they're not really known. It's like when we was coming up, you were known because you were good. That's it. That's it, and that's how it should be. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I mean, don't get me wrong, charismatic person, people like you commentators, something like that, whatever. But you feel what I'm saying? I don't know. I just feel like it's too much antics, which plays
Yeah.
Yeah.
into how fighting games is. What you were saying, was talking about yesterday, X, about Strive and how like it's mostly just gimmicks. Like I
Oh
feel like a
yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of that. I feel like I feel like fighting games right now are a reflection of what the FGC is. Like
Yeah,
it's just a bunch of antics and shit.
Nah, I feel you.
I
I
mean,
feel
but
you.
I feel like things is getting a little better with chill. Like I like the shit that's going on Punk and fighters. I like shit like that. He put a bounty on my man head, and then niggas got him out the tournament. Like that shit was wild. Like that's the type of shit that I want to see. Like some shit where it's just like it's crazy, but it's all about the game. Like it's not just some weird stuff or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
tier, oh yeah, and I want to talk about tier list too, but we can talk about that later. And this is
yeah,
like a sidebar thing.
yeah,
I feel you. Um, Personally, I feel like when it comes to the community, we have to. I agree with being more welcoming when it comes to this thing. A lot of us either run into people that are assholes or they're like elitist. Like I'll put it that way. Elitist people and assholes. That's usually what they'll run into, especially newcomers. And we definitely have to stop being weird to these female gamers
Yeah,
because that
facts,
shit is weird, yo. Like
facts.
he said
that's
it.
that's number one. That
He
shit,
said it.
y'all gotta chill on that shit for real. Like I don't know who the fuck raised y'all or trained y'all, but y'all act like y'all can't control yourselves around a female. Like y'all really gotta get y'all personal skills together. I'm sorry. Like, get that shit right. Cause if they're complaining about they don't feel welcome, then this, that, and the third, that shouldn't be a thing. Y'all shouldn't be proud of that, or whatever the case may be. Y'all really gotta get y'all shit together. And I don't get it. Like I really don't get it. It's really sickening because they don't feel safe in somewhere in an environment where we're all supposed to be gamers, and that's not good.
Yeah, no.
That's not good at all. Like that's really not fucking good. And that says a lot about the community and how people feel. And when all that shit happened on Twitter with the other incidences and other people that did things, you don't need to talk about that. You should know if you know FGC news and bullshit that happened with Evo and et cetera, et cetera. Other shit that got outed with people. That should show you already, that alone, that we need to fix a lot of shit here. So, I mean, that's one of them. That's a major one, honestly.
Yeah.
Because we need a lot of people to feel welcome. Newcomers, females, trans, whatever you want to call yourself. You know what I mean? We have to be better. Like whatever pronoun you want to give yourself, and you have to be comfortable in whatever the fuck you may feel like. Yeah, you know what I mean? And we have to stop being one minded, or more so, I guess.
Start a boys club.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. And
Yeah,
legitly, when it comes to certain games, we need to really help people understand shit. Because a lot of you motherfuckers like to watch people crash and burn. And that shit is sad.
yeah,
Palm can get into that more because Palm has a lot of shit about that. I haven't gone through shit like that, and I've seen people go through certain shit like that, but that shit is wild. Or
yeah,
motherfuckers ignoring people when you're trying to help them with training, but when someone else comes in and say something, people want to help this particular person. But that shit ain't cool neither.
Stop being
And yeah,
simps.
that too.
it's real
But
shit, man.
real shit.
Yeah,
And it's like no one, y'all supposed to be uplifting each other, but it's more so y'all trying to be number one and y'all hating on each other in this Hollywood shit. Not
yeah,
Hollywood shit, because that's what it is. Like, and it's just like you the same as me. We pressing buttons together. So what's the difference?
yeah,
Now, my whole thing about what I feel about with tournaments, Juice, what you said earlier, and I explained this earlier to Palm when we had a conversation about this, and the function thing. The FGC has become more functions, like how he said. And honestly, Combo Fiend wasn't wrong. This is probably gonna be a hot take, and it is what it is. But actually looking at it, because I was mad like how everybody else was, but actually looking at what he said, he really described what tournaments are. He literally described what people do in tournaments now and what the FGC literally does now.
Yep.
There's no a tournament back then. To me, a tournament was about putting your wits and your skills together. Now everyone just goes for the number one optimal thing or the most broken characters and pick shit because they're trying to win. No one wants to pick their character that they really like to play with and try to win a tournament to see if you're really that good. I'm not going to do that if I know money's on the line. I'm just going to pick what I know is going to work. That's optimal, which already is because I've seen everybody else playing with it.
Yeah.
A tournament to me is supposed to be picking something or you picking something that you knew that like, yo, this might be the low tier character or whatever, But I think I'm nice with this motherfucker, so I'm gonna play with him. And if I bust your asses with him, then that shit don't matter. But people don't do that because these games are either now, like how Combo Fiend said, they're functions. They use them this way in the third, and how can they abuse functions and gimmicks and shit? So it became that, and it's really not about what the characters do no more. I mean, it's not about the person that's playing with them. It's about what the characters do now. That's literally what tournaments are now. You don't see nothing else. Like if you watch any of these newer games, you will not see no one pick no one low tier. You may get a 1 out of the inch out of people, but they'll probably be like in losers bracket and probably get knocked out midway through the tournament. Because either they got counterpicked or somebody picked some high tier shit that they knew that was optimized already that they don't watch everybody else played with. And then you have shit like that just happened at Frosty Fawson's. Everybody playing with fucking Elfit and Guilty Gear Strive. Not Strive, and fucking XR. Like, when the fuck was this a thing? You see what I'm saying? You start getting people start picking shit that they know that's optimized, as just that in the third, because they've seen other people use it. And that's what led me into the Strive thing that I had on stream about people pick the gimmicks but don't know why the gimmicks work. But when they get busted by people that know how to stop gimmicks, they think that their character is broken. There's that in the third. That's how nerfs happen, because newer games don't teach you shit. They just teach you the gimmick and how to do certain shit, the basis of a character, or they take away shit that made them this and only emphasize on what, like Combo Fiend said, the functions. So now that the functions only matter, that's all that matters now. It's numbers and functions. It's not about what the character does or how this personality is playing with this character, how he brings this character to life. There's no more of that. It's literally, what the fuck can this character do? How can I do this? How can I optimize this? Yeah, you can optimize your low tier or whoever the character you like to play with, but I guarantee you, if you went to a tournament, you're gonna run into every other type of character that's probably top tier instead of you running into somebody that probably don't even play with this person. You know why? Because they had to get a pocket version of whatever this is, because that's the meta. Instead of them really picking a character, like for example, Tekken, you probably play with fucking, I'm picking somebody random, like you probably play with Dragonoff or some shit, because you know why? Dragonoff at one point was OD, so you had a pocket Dragonoff, but you probably really play with I can't even say Law, because Law was OD too. Probably like
Everybody will did take it.
that's what I'm saying. But like I'm trying to think of like somebody that's like really like that you really gotta like try hard. Not Lee. Well, Lee, you gotta try hard because I played with Lee
Master
too.
Raven.
Right? Master Raven or some shit. Somebody that you really gotta have execution and do shit with. Like somebody that you really gotta play with. You probably wouldn't pick them in the tournament
Yoshi.
because you. Well,
Armor
Yoshi's
King.
just random. Armor King is king, which is fucking he a Mishima, but he's king. So you can't really put that. It's still like I'm trying to give you somebody that's just like that's hard to play with, that you really gotta know the character. Master Raven's one of them. Lee is one of them. Fucking Leia is one of them, because you gotta know all her stances and shit.
Oh
And
yeah,
there's things like that. But would you ever see them in a tournament? You might. But would you ever see them get further than what they probably would? It depends, but it depends on the person and how much they really put the time in with this character.
yeah. Or the Pandas, the Bears. Remember
The
Ranger?
bad, yeah, that too, because Raichu, he did the unthinkable. Played with the worst character in Tekken and won fucking Evo. But that's because his resilience as a person that played something that he liked and made it work. When everybody thought the character was trash, did the unthinkable. But everyone wants to play with the meta and use the optimization instead of really winning, and everyone's just fine with it. Like, well, it's a tournament, you're just trying to win. I get that, but isn't a tournament supposed to be a test of skill and not a test of you playing with shit that you know is going to work? So are you really testing your skill, or are you really just playing a game that's just, you know what I mean? It's like the Marvel 2 effect. We only just playing with top tier. That's all we're going to see now.
Yeah.
So it's like Combo Fiend, as much as we were mad about what he said, he really told the truth about how they seen the functions and how shit really is. But back to the community thing. I feel like we really got to start helping people within the community and really get them into certain shit. Because a lot of these games are either they're gonna fuck them over or they're gonna lead them into really understanding shit. If they really want to get into something and they're scared, help them. Don't just say something. Help them. You know what I mean? Help them. Like, don't be the person that just be like, well, you could play this or just do whatever. Help this person. Y'all both can do something, especially if it's something that you probably wanted to learn at one point. You remember at one point in time you couldn't do something, so help them understand how to do it instead of just not telling people shit. There's times where I'll try to ask motherfuckers at tournaments, people don't want to tell me shit. Cause you know why? Niggas just trying to win. Instead of it really explaining anything.
But if you're really
So
confident in your skill, you telling somebody what you're doing, that shouldn't really stop you, should it? Shouldn't it?
exactly. But here we go again. Like I said in the Guilty Gear shit, it becomes gimmicks, and once you don't know the gimmicks, people abuse them. So why would I tell you how to beat the gimmick when I'm trying to win? But aren't we all supposed to be leveling up together as a community? So is it really a community?
That's a that's a that's a real question. To chime in on it, I do feel I do agree with both of y'all. I do think that women should feel a little bit more welcoming, and guys got to chill with some of the shit that they do or say. They act like they never seen a woman before in their life.
Facts.
It's just like I seen how some guys act when women are at the tournament. They really it just be wild, man. It's like I remember I seen the one meme, and then dude was on the PlayStation. Dude, they was on PlayStation. It was a party. A chick said something. He was like, "Yo, it's a bitch in here." That's how niggas be acting all the time, and I be like, "Bro, all right, like a woman is here, like relax." And there's some women that I'm cool with that want to come out the tournaments, that want to compete, that even be wanting to hop in a party, but they like, "Yo, I seen this or I heard this happen," or when I do hop in a party. Even yesterday, when a woman hopped in a party with me, Juice, and a couple of us, she was like, "This was the first time I'm actually getting treated nicely in a PlayStation party." So imagine in person how certain guys treat women at
No,
tournament.
she literally said when we the joke, like she literally
Yeah,
said that happened.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
It's
So it's
not
just
funny,
like,
but
yeah,
uh,
this it's fucked up,
it's
and
crazy.
shit like that has to
Yeah.
change. It doesn't make sense. We're all supposed to be a community, so we should be more welcoming. And as far as the Hollywood shit, I this is why I feel like esports is toxic for the community, because just because you have a jersey doesn't make you more or less than somebody else. And a lot of people adapt that mentality as soon as they get a jersey and don't even understand their real worth. Their whole worth is based upon a jersey, as far as that's how they feel. You know what I'm saying? And you feel as though you can talk down on people, or you feel like you can say anything, or you feel like you're more important, but we're all supposed to be a community. I don't, me personally, I don't give a fuck about being sponsored by esports team, and I don't want to be sponsored by esports team because number one, I don't want to adapt that type of mentality, which I never will, because I have my friends with Red X and Juice that wouldn't allow me, even if I was to say some out of pocket shit or do some out of pocket shit, they would check me. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, and I could say that I'm guilty of telling people to play certain games, because it's like with KOF 15, it's very similar to KOF 14. It's a better version of KOF 14. So I told people that they should play 14 in order to learn how to play 15, in order to be prepared on how to play 15, because the game is very similar. But instead, I should have offered a helping hand, which that's something that I'm doing now. Even with me learning Street Fighter 2 this whole past month, I reached out to somebody within the community, and he definitely helped me. He gave me a lot of advice, and I'm learning not everybody's gonna be like me, where they reach out to somebody to help them with the game and to like destroy them each time, because you have to go through the ringer and get destroyed in order to learn the game, and then you have to go to practice. That just comes with it. But when you have somebody that's versed in the game and they're willing to help you, that can drive the community to move forward. So if you're in somebody's chat, don't watch them crash and burn when you know that you can help them. Don't only say like, "Yo, play the game." Be better than what I did, and just go in there and then offer a helping hand some of the time. Sometimes some people might be on some asshole shit and be like, "Fuck you, fuck your hand. I don't want to listen." You can't say that you didn't try. You know what I'm saying? You can't say you didn't try to help. You can't say that you didn't offer advice. And that's what I feel like it is. As far as like games and shit, I just tell people to play the game that they enjoy, and don't be afraid to play a game because you might enjoy it. Just because a game is older and you enjoy watching the game, try it to see if you like it, and don't go into the mentality of, oh, I gotta catch up. Like, why would I play this game when everybody's so far above me? Just enjoy the journey. Learn the game. Like you really might like the game. You might enjoy the journey, you might enjoy the grind. So I feel like with the community as a whole, we got to remember that we're all, the community is not one person. Community is not Hollywood. Community is everybody. So
Mm-hmm.
you're not bigger than the, no, not one person is bigger than the community. So I feel like with the highly weird shit where motherfuckers is getting these jerseys and forgetting that they're a person, they're a part of a community. Oh yeah, and let's not forget when they fucking lose the sponsorship because these motherfuckers are only here to use you. If we're gonna be honest, and they forget that, like, because these players have to understand this, and I don't want nobody to get big headed or whatever, but they have to understand this. You should look at yourself like an asset. Stop being a fucking worker. You should look at yourself as an asset. At the end of the day, you got to look at what you're going to get from them, not what they're going to get from you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to know your worth. So it's like if they so happens to drop you, you going to feel like, damn, I'm not shit, I'm not important. No, you should still feel as important. If they fucking drop you, it's their fucking loss. Don't be all fucking sad because a sponsorship dropped you. Fuck them. Because if you have the personality, you got the skill, you have this, that, and the third to drive the community forward and bring shit to them. You could do that for yourself. You don't need it. You don't need an esports team to validate yourself or to validate your greatness. But at the same time, don't use your light just to dim other people's light.
Mm-hmm.
Stay humble, understand that we're all a part of the community and we're all meant to grow. And I feel like that's the reason why I don't like esports, is because I see what people do with it. It's
Mm.
like should I blame esports or should I blame the person? It's like
Shit.
that's
I mean, that's another hard question because it
yeah,
depends on the person. There's some people that have esports and they don't be like that.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But it, like, once again, it's the person or the mentality. There's people that they know they nice even if they have a sponsor or not. The best person, I'm gonna say honestly, that really proved that is, what's his name? Um it's not infectious, that's not his name. It's
Idom, right? Idom,
Idom. Yeah.
yeah,
Idom. That man did that shit with no fucking sponsor and was busting ass. He got a sponsor now, but he proved his worth on his own terms. He made a bunch of money without the sponsor, with streaming and all that, doing what he had to do. He made his own way.
yeah,
The sponsors came to him instead of him going look for one and hoping that one pick him. No, he did what he wanted to do until he found one that fit him. He knew his worth, and that's where he's at. That's why he's at where he's at now.
yeah,
He's a quiet dude, but I'm telling you, humble. Telling you, they'll
yeah,
come to you if you know your worth,
yeah,
but you have to put in the work for it, and you shouldn't be trying to go sell yourself short. I'm gonna say that. Let's put it that
yeah,
way,
yeah,
or sell your soul for whatever. You know what I mean? Pretty much
yeah.
sell yourself short. Just be you. Do what you got to do. It'll come.
Because the
Yeah.
fact that motherfuckers was paying to be sponsored
It's fucking wild.
doesn't make no sense to me. You are paying. It's like you want a jersey that bad, and then
But
here's the
that's not
thing,
a sponsorship then.
That's
not,
not.
it's not. But this is what these
That's an
people's doing,
endorsement.
and then here's and here's the thing, though, and this is something that Bum put me on, right? You can get your own fucking jersey name with your own fucking name,
Yep.
and then what's gonna happen? You are gonna be the one that's gonna get all the attention.
Exactly.
not other not the sponsorship, your name, your jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why when a certain time is gonna come, I'm gonna get a just frame jersey made. I'm gonna have my name on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Represent the team, represent the podcast. You know what I'm saying? You still have to build. If you do, and this is what people have to understand. Like, yeah, like if I do get the jersey made, it's me and the team. But what does the team represent? The community. Because we talk about community based shit. We talk about shit within the fighting game community.
Exactly.
So it's just like even though it is what's the word I'm looking for? It is promotion for myself, but it's also promotion for my team and the community.
And it's pretty much the FGC endorsing itself
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
and not, you know,
Question. What is esport?
Mhm.
What does the EA esports stands for?
uh, not entertainment. If it ain't entertainment, it would be what's that called? Electronic.
Also electronic sports.
Yeah, electronic sports. It's
Okay.
either that. That's the only thing I can think of because we're playing games.
Wait a
You know
second.
what I
So
mean?
wait. So we technically a sport.
Yeah, we always been a sport. MLG was the first technically esport.
Okay.
Major League Gaming was always Major League Gaming was a thing way before esports was an esport. So like MLG and even the FGC itself before it was even a name, just having Evo and all that shit and like the majors that we had that you had to know about was pretty much already the esport. You see what I'm saying?
So we
So
nerd
we already
jocks.
Yeah,
pretty much
it stand for electronic sports. Yeah.
sports. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
which makes sense because everything is on video games or like it's on a computer or something. It's something electronical. So it makes sense. But there's another thing like there's a lot of there's a lot of people that's anti esports and anti FGC. Like not even on some crazy shit. It's because they just don't like what the community stands for
Yeah.
and what they thought the community was, and then it's fucked up because people come here to try to be themselves and get shunned for being themselves, damn near, and
Yeah.
it's fucked up because it's like yo, like you thought this would be the place that accepts you. There are a few that will, but it shouldn't be only a handful. It should be everyone. But it's like high school all over again. Niggas is clicking up, and there's only the click, and that's it. You know what I mean? If we was
Yeah.
gonna do all this, we might as well just been niggas that just met up during fucking
All right, but
conferences or whatever. Like,
Is that? But is this the result of no longer having arcades?
I mean, no, because that happened even during arcade time. Like for example, like Yipes and them was talking about when Marvel 2 was a thing. They had their own cliques, like they had the Decepticons and shit like that. Like they had their own Jones, but they was all playing one particular game though.
Okay.
It
But I
wasn't
mean,
like
they
it's
they
on.
had they had clicks, but everybody still was
It
cool. They
was
still
game
Yeah,
based. The clicks
it
was
was
It
game
still,
game
it
based.
still,
based.
Yeah,
it was still everybody still talked to each other. Everybody still, but it was like they knew, like, all right, cool, you're a part of this clique, you're part of this clique, but everybody still was cool. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't no super Hollywood shit or niggas being divided, or you go into a chat and you ask for games, nobody respond to you, but as soon as a chick asks for games, everybody want to talk 5 minutes later. It's not some
yeah,
shit like that. And that's some shit that really happened to me and Juice. I'm letting y'all know now. That's not some shit I just pulled out the hat. No, that was some shit that really happened. And I was like, at first I was like, man, fuck the community. Cause I was one of them where I was like, man, fuck this FGC shit. This shit is getting on my nerves because motherfuckers want to be on some super Hollywood shit or whatever. Niggas don't want to come together and this, that, and the third. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna change my attitude this year and I'm just gonna be the change that I want to see. So it's like if you're a part of it, if you're a part of the change, you're a part of the change. If you want to be on that Hollywood shit, then cool, just stay over there.
yeah, pretty much. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
But a lot of that shit it sums up from the mentality and just whatever else. It depends on the person, honestly. But
Yeah.
once again, why do I have to? It's the old case of I have to be disrespectful for you to respect me. Like in real life, like why do I have to be disrespectful towards you for you to respect me? Why can't you just respect me when I'm just being respectful towards you? Like you always got to prove some shit for people to really fuck with you. Like I shouldn't have to prove shit. We all here as one unified unit, I guess.
Yeah.
But there's no unification. It's all whatever the fuck this is. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like it's weird to me. Why is it like this? How did it get like this? Why did it become this? Did we allow this to happen, or was it always like this? And it just people just thought this is how it is because everyone's technically in the FGC. Once you play fighting games and you do whatever, you're in the FGC. But it's the fact of why why was the melee scene why was the melee scene treated the way they were when they were a fighting game. And honestly, they proved themselves way beyond more than I ever thought because they put their game on the map and never gave up on their game. And all they got was hate for it. They got shunned for that shit. Your game is not a fighting game. They told them niggas it's not a fighting game, but what are you doing in Smash? You're fighting, are you not? They made their game competitively viable. They made their own rules for it. They made it work. You cannot call that not a fighting game. They literally put themselves in the scene and people got upset about it. People still don't fuck with them like that, but they probably do now. But it took Etika, rest in peace, for that to happen, and it's fucked up. But that's beyond the point. I don't get it. I don't know why that happened, but I feel like it shouldn't have happened because if it's FGC, everyone should be accepted, no matter what type of fighting game it is.
Yeah, it's true, man. I don't know. I just got fed up of it, but it is what it is. It's just like if we are being a change because I can't say that it's all bad because there's some people that's like us or that's actually making a difference and all about community. So I can't say that it's all bad, but it's some shit that definitely needs to be changed. And like I said, like if you see somebody struggling and you know the game, help the person. Or if you need help, don't be afraid to reach out to other people that may help you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a community effort. And even though we do go to tournaments and we do compete against each other, let's not let the mentality of us being competitive stop us from being a community.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, yeah, like I might have a super cheap tactic. And if somebody if I stop if I know what can beats it and I don't tell you or I don't tell anybody and I'm just relying on that, how am I gonna beat somebody of some other competition that actually knows it? How am I gonna adapt and switch my strategy? You know what I'm saying? You don't think the Japanese actually train with each other and tell each other exactly what's going on? They have multiple different strategies. And we
Mm-hmm.
rely on one strategy and we don't want to tell each other how we're winning or you don't want to accept how you're losing and then you're not looking for answers and then some people don't want to give answers. It's just too much. This is why things have to change. We have to be more of a community.
Mm-hmm. Cause that shit, that shit is the worst.
And
And
niggas stop being weird, man. If she's coming to the event, she's coming to play. She's not coming to get your number, bro.
fact,
Relax.
relax.
Damn. Y'all be on some man just like Triforce said, man. It's like damn, like y'all whole mouth drop, like a whole waterfall coming out your mouth, like and then the stupid shit y'all say, and then you don't even know if she's with somebody.
Exactly. Y'all be hitting
Like,
on niggas, girls the entire time while they man's probably in there, and y'all playing against them and don't even know.
don't even know. You don't even know, man.
Like, that shit is OD, dog. It got so bad that niggas is like, I'll never bring my girl to a fucking fighting game tournament. That's how crazy it was. Cause
It
niggas
got
like,
that
it's
bad.
like it
It
got
really
that
got that
bad, yo.
bad. Like niggas is like, nah, I'm not bringing. I'm like, damn, man, dudes really they don't want it because of the shit that happens, the stupid shit that happens, and motherfuckers feel like they gotta check this dude because this dude was talking. Like y'all gotta chill.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gotta really chill, man. If you really feel that bad, just talk to some women. Not like that, but like outside of the game and shit, just talk to women. Just
No, for
relax a
sure.
little bit because
Everybody's there to compete. They just there to have fun. Everyone's
yeah.
here to have fun. Ain't nobody trying to hook up. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a few people, both sides, male and female, that are there to try to do that shit, but that's not often the case. Niggas is usually there to have fun, tournament, learn shit, see where they at. Like I said earlier, what a fucking tournament's supposed to be, a test of skills. Niggas
Yeah.
is there to test their skills and figure out why or where they stand at and what they need to learn. That's what the tournaments are for.
Yeah.
But once again, when you're playing meta, all that disappears. You're just trying to win at that point. So are you
Yeah.
really testing skill or are you just playing the bullshit?
That's the question. No lie, I just
Don't get me wrong, meta
So
is good, but it's harmful.
yeah,
It's
I
very
feel I,
harmful.
f- I feel like we need a OG that been a part of this for a long period of time to really school us on when some of this weird shit started going on, or have it always been like this.
Nah, real shit.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like even though I was born in '92, shit, I'm getting on my age. I don't care. Even though I was born in '92, I've been at some arcades, and I don't know if it was like that where motherfuckers is clicked up like this or on some super Hollywood shit, which I don't feel like it was because esports wasn't really a thing back then.
Yeah.
It was like more so if somebody was nice, because like we all grew up in an era where you had to meet up and play, and you knew that certain people was like, oh, such and such is nice, and then y'all meet up and play. It wasn't like
Hmm.
it wasn't like how it is now.
You know,
You know what
I'll
I'm saying?
say, yeah, I'll say, yeah, I'm about to say, cause I'll say like I used to go to 40th Street Arcade, when I was a kid, and my grandpa used to take me there and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so I used to hop on the joint. But as I got older, I started going there and shit. But like when I would hop on there, people that play, they would, say depend on the game, you play Street Fighter 4,
Oh
they
my
just,
god.
they just hover, if somebody really play, they might pop up and play you. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't think I feel like it was more welcoming because it's not like they was like, "Hey, who you?" They talking, but they did play with me. So if I wanted to, no, I ain't gonna lie, because the Infinite Boy, he was very talkative. Like he introduced himself, like what I'm saying. But he was cool as shit. He like, yeah,
Yeah.
like I used to just pick, like I just pick. I ain't gonna lie, I got to the point I just pick characters. I just watched him play as an excellence, watching it because he know all the infinites. He know like what character and how many infinites they got and how to do them and all that
Hmm.
shit. It's just crazy. Like this shit's crazy, yo. Infinite Man
Yeah.
crazy. Infinite Man, man.
Infinite
Shout out to
man.
Infinite Man.
you keep calling that man
Real
infinite
He
rap,
man.
don't know his
bro.
real name. That's
I
his
know.
name,
If
Infinite
I did,
Man.
I'd say his real name, but I never asked him for his name. So,
Yeah,
but
I
he
didn't
but he
either.
knew all the infinites. Though he knew
I
all of them. Like,
I thought that man didn't exist because Palm and Juice kept running into that dude. Till one day I finally went to 40th Street and ran into him. I was like, oh, so this is the Infinite Man they keep talking about. Boy, I know all this shit. He played a racing game, John, and know all the shit for that too. I'm
yeah.
like, the fuck is never
He
mind, I'm not even
OD.
gonna ask.
don't 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 feed into that. They gonna be like, what the hell? But I understand.
Yeah.
Infinite man, like it was funny because X thought that shit was a legend, and I never ran into typewriter. So I was like, who the hell's
Oh
a
yeah, type
typewriter?
right.
But I've been seeing them all the time. The thing about typewriter though, I used to see him here and there because he come in with this hat that had it was like a pyramid on his hat.
Yeah, he
I didn't
worked there
know. Yeah,
sometimes, and sometimes he be chilling, and sometimes I used to catch him all the time. He'd be
yeah,
chilling there. He'd be like, he'll be on break and shit, and he'll be play Marvel with me. He'll play hop on Marvel, he'll hop on Street Fighter sometimes, but he'll play Marvel all the time. That's
yeah,
all the time. You hit the button, open the joint, be playing that shit, and I'll be watching him play and shit. We call him
yeah,
typewriter because his hands are small, so when he type the joint, it's like a typewriter. He pressing the buttons and shit. He
Yeah.
hit the shit out of them joints playing Marvel too and shit. That shit OD.
yeah.
But he nice as shit though.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, so it's just like, and then it was dope. The dope thing about being, because like I said, I was late, but we still had kind of an arcade scene before they took not until they took Marvel 2 out and they took Street Fighter
Street
4
Fighter
out.
4 out.
So it
Yeah.
was like I was going there
Wait,
all the
how old was
time.
you how old was you when you was living here?
Like
Like, yeah.
when I first started living here, I was 13, but
Oh,
I didn't
I'm
know
about
what
to
was
say there,
arcade.
bro, cause 69th Street, they had an arcade and the movie theater, and then like it was a couple barbershops I used to go to in West Philly, and they had arcade. Like, and one of them I used to go to had Expert Street Fighter. That's how I found out. That's how I came in contact with that joint for the first time. Like,
Yeah,
so they was
but
it was sprinkled out around. It was sprinkled around a little bit.
But when I was going, this was around 2017 that I was going super heavy, and I was going there like every week, and I would meet somebody new every week because people was telling people about me like, oh, we got somebody new that plays Street Fighter 4 and he's pretty good at the game. So my
Mm.
name, and this was in 2017, my name started to spread. Like, and they didn't even know my name. They were just like, yo, the short dude, he got box cut. He pretty good at the game. So every week I had to play somebody new. But
Yeah.
they gave me respect. Don't get me wrong. They gave me a lot of respect because they was like, oh, this dude is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So they really respect it from what I went through then, and that was in 2017. So people was playing online and shit, but it was just like more so in person. People respected me. Like they
Mm-hmm.
respect skill. They like, and not only skill, they expect the fact that you got guts to play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
real
It didn't
shit.
matter if you was, as long as you didn't talk like you was like super almighty and wasn't that good, they didn't shun you. But if you talk like you was the super almighty player, then they'll be like, nah, you're fucking trash. You're not as good as you say you are. But
Mm-hmm.
as long as you had the guts to play, they show you respect. You know what I'm saying? So I think the arcade scene, from what I dealt with, has been a little bit more welcoming than anything. It's just that some shit you might have to go through as far as like motherfuckers get mad, banging on the machine. I
Oh
dealt with
yeah.
that shit before.
Oh
Like so
yeah.
it's like so certain shit you deal with, but it was more, to me it felt more of a community, and I was running into a lot of people. It was dope. But as far as like now, as far as now, like some people I see some people get a jersey or they have like four letters next to their name as far as like a sponsorship, and then motherfuckers start to gravitate on, oh, you got jersey, oh, you got to be important. You got to be careful with that type of shit, because that person might not even, they might give you some bullshit, they might tell you some bullshit, or they might crush the way that you feel about shit, or they might give you some false information. You don't really know this person until you get to know this person. You don't know who this person may be, or how they might be, or their approach to the FGC, because it might be like they just trying to milk the FGC for the money that they can get. And is that something that we want in the community?
Yeah.
So
But it all depends on the person and the mentality, like we keep saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's all it really is. Is literally the person and the mentality. It all depends.
yeah. So my biggest thing to help the community grow or uplift the community is to just play with more people outside of my circle and just help others and give people the chance to help me also, which I had no problem with giving people the chance to help me, because I started playing fighting games in 2015, and X and Juice were the two people that actually really helped me get good at the game. So I had no problem reaching out, and then I reached out to Comeback, which the AKA Kyle, AKA the
The
conservative killer.
conservative killer.
He helped
Oh
me out. Yeah,
man.
he was helping me a lot on Street Fighter 2. So it's just like, now what I'm trying to do is just add other people, add two people each, because I'm playing two different games every month, and just add in two people that is very good at the game and have them help me out with the game, to show people like it's nothing wrong with having people to help you. Like I could tell you play the game, but if I show you myself that I'm willing to go through the fire to get better at the game, and you see me take these amount of losses, and then you watch me grow within the stream, I understand that that can help the community and other people feel a little bit more comfortable. Like, damn, I could do it too. I see him going through it. I know that I would have went through it the same way. Since he's doing this and he's putting in this work, I could do it too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's my way of like trying to contribute to the community, to help the community grow.
Thank you guys for listening. We gotta end this episode because we going way the fuck long, and it got into some real shit, and then got into some out of pocket shit, and then some more real shit. And yeah. So that was episode what, 6, right? That's what we
I
on. Holy
think, yeah, I
shit!
think it's a 6.
If this
That
isn't
shit gonna be
6,
like
listen to me
six,
say
seven, and eight.
7.
6 and 8.
6, 7, and 8. It's like yo, it's like almost 3 hours we've been recording.
Two
Listen,
hour or 2 hours and almost 30 minutes.
Damn.
yeah, so listen,
27.
this is the makeup for the week that passed. I had COVID, so
Yeah.
boy got sick, he got hit with the vid, and then
Yeah.
we had some other important life shit that happened. So we will be on schedule, hopefully more, to get
Yeah.
these episodes out to you. We record these Johns every Sunday from when we can. Pretty much, this is when all of us are free out of life bullshit, so we can have time to do this, and you guys can get the content to you on the fly. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
with that being said, it's your boy Red X2213, and you know,
You
we
gonna,
out.
yeah.
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, yo, you wanna See, John Palm, give your handles.
Yeah, it's Spawn, my fault. It's Spawn 215, Mr. We here. We in the building. Get the water. You know what I'm saying? Follow all of us on Twitch. You can follow me at Palm215 on Twitch and on Twitter. And don't be fucking weird, man. Be helpful. Be a
Yeah.
community member. You know what I'm
Yeah, you know
saying?
what I'm saying? It's your boy Juice, aka Mega Juice Man. You know what I'm saying? Fucking boneless nuggets, even though I ain't even fucking playing Call of Duty no more. That boy Eve, I play Halo, hit me up, you know what I'm saying?
And his cash app is Juice Baggies. You know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? Yeah.
Mhm.
Drop some juice in the bag.
Oh damn. I don't feel
Fucking
like giving too many niggas tags. It's too much.
yeah.
Oh, that's too much. I'm cool.
One more, I'm missing one more. Oh yeah, Project. I said Project. Professor
Professor
Hitbox.
Hitbox.
Project Hitbox. Professor
Project.
Hitbox, you feel what I'm saying? If you see me, holler at me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, until next time.
We out this bitch.